The future of cars is going to be electric. Well, we've said that so many times now that perhaps we don't realize that the future that we speak of is happening right now. If you were to take a look at automakers' portfolio globally, you'll see almost all of them have an electric car on sale. That story in India is vastly different because if you were to list down the electric cars that you can buy, you'll run out of names pretty quickly. And you'll also realize that there is no proper luxurious electric car on sale. All of that is going to change as Mercedes-Benz will be the first automaker to bring in a proper luxurious electric car in our market. And that car is this, the Mercedes-Benz EQC. So without any doubt, this is an extremely important car as it not only debuts the EQ range of electric cars by Mercedes-Benz to India, but it will also pave the way for other luxury electric cars to come to our country. A lot of pressure on the EQC shoulder then. But by the looks of it, Mercedes-Benz has come prepared. First and foremost, the EQC was tested extensively around the world, and that included India as well. So that's a good starting point. But the really smart thing that they did was that they took the already proven Mercedes-Benz GLC as a starting point and then built an electric car around it. However, the EQC is a lot more aerodynamic in shape for a better range. Looking closer at the design, the first thing you would have noticed about the car is the new front face. It does have a grille that does not look atrociously futuristic, thankfully, and has a blacked out element that runs beneath it and connects the two LED projector headlamps, which glow blue to give you that electric car vibe. Also, the DRL runs across the width of the car, and the same approach can be seen at the back as well, where you have the connected tail lamp design that makes the car look smart. From the sides, the gigantic 20-inch wheels with blue inserts look great, and you have a sizable side step too, which adds to the tough SUV feel of the car. Step inside and you are greeted with a familiar cabin which tells you that it is a Mercedes-Benz right away. The quality of products used along with the fit and finish is absolutely top-notch. And Mercedes has given the EQC its own design element thanks to the pinched and highlighted aircon vents that look rather nice. Another unique design element are these stripes that run across the dash and onto the doors, which look great. The highlight of the cabin, however, has to be the huge glass panel that sits on the top of the dash and houses the digital instrument cluster and the touchscreen infotainment system that runs the latest MBUX UI that is easy to use and great to look at. The touch response is fantastic, the animations are crisp, and it even has a dedicated section to show information about the EQC's charge levels, close by charging stations, and so on. All of it can be controlled through the screen or by the touchpad placed below in the center console. The good bits continue to the back as well. Now once you sit here at the back of the EQC, well, you wouldn't really mind being chauffeur driven. To give you an idea of space, well, I've set the driver's seat as per my height, and for reference, I'm 5'10", and I have more than enough knee room, leg room, and overall, the feeling of space is really nice as well. I also get some shades here for a bit of privacy. All in all, this is a good place to be in, and if you're someone who prefers to be at the back, well, you really wouldn't mind this place. And with that covered, let's get to the exciting bit. How is the Mercedes-Benz EQC like to drive? But first, let's talk about the battery. Under the skin, there is an 80 kWh lithium-ion battery that promises a range of about 450 km on a full charge. This can be charged through your regular house socket, which takes forever, or you can use the wall box charger that Mercedes-Benz will be providing and fitting it to your house free of charge if you buy the EQC. This takes about 10 hours to charge from 10 to 100%. If you use a DC fast charger though, you can charge up the car in just 90 minutes. Now since the EQC is electric, it is a heavy car, especially since the batteries themselves weigh over 650 kilos. So to tackle that, Mercedes has fitted two motors between the axles which combined put out 408 horsepower that makes the EQC go from 0 to 100 km an hour in just 5.1 seconds. And that is really fast. What feels even faster is the way the EQC accelerates from city speeds, as it makes 760 Nm of torque that is delivered the instant you press down on the accelerator. This makes the EQC feel like it shoots into warp drive, and since it's electric, there is no engine noise or transmission noise to give you that sense of speed, so you end up doing ridiculous speeds in no time and without even realizing it. That's how well it masks its weight, as it gives you the performance of a sports car that would have been a lot more expensive and a lot less practical too. During the corners, there is minimal body roll as the center of gravity is low due to the battery placement, which also makes the car a lot of fun on the twisties. But what's so Mercedes-Benz about this electric car is just how silent the cabin is. In electric cars, all outside noises sound a lot louder as there is no noise coming from the car itself. And Mercedes has done a fantastic job at keeping all of that out. The ride quality is supple and the EQC glides over all sorts of roads that you encounter. On big speed breakers, however, you need to be considerate as the soft suspension setup and the weight of the car can mean that you end up scraping the car's belly sometimes if you're not careful. And that's about the only nitpicking I can do, because on all other aspects, the EQC is impressive and shows just how good an electric car can be.
So having spent the day driving the EQC through some cumbersome Delhi traffic and some good roads as well, I can safely say that the EQC is a really nice car. It impresses on almost all fronts. However, the big question that remains is the kind of price tag that this car comes with. You see, the EQC has no competition. This might be the industry benchmark right here, and it could be a story of success for Mercedes-Benz provided they price it right. And having driven it, and having seen the potential that this car offers, I really hope so that that's a good one.